Welcome. Today, we embark on an intricate journey into the very core of our being, the human heart. This remarkable organ, no larger than a fist, is the engine of life. A tireless pump that beats over 100,000 times a day, propelling blood through a vast network of vessels that, if stretched end to end, would circle the earth more than twice. Join us as we explore the elegant anatomy and sophisticated function of this vital muscle. Nestled within the chest, slightly to the left of the sternum, the heart is protected by the rib cage. It's housed in a double-walled sac called the pericardium, which anchors the heart in place and prevents it from overfilling with blood. The heart wall itself is composed of 3 layers: the outer epicardium, the middle myocardium, which is the powerful muscle responsible for contraction, and the inner endocardium, a smooth lining that ensures blood flows seamlessly. Let's begin our tour with the 4 chambers that define the heart's architecture. The heart is divided into a right side and a left side, each containing 2 chambers, an upper atrium and a lower ventricle. The atria act as receiving chambers, collecting blood as it returns to the heart. The ventricles, with their thicker, more muscular walls, serve as the powerful pumps that push blood out of the heart. A muscular wall known as the septum separates the right and left sides, preventing the mixing of the 2 distinct types of blood they handle. Our circulatory journey starts on the right side of the heart, which deals with deoxygenated blood. This is the blood that has traveled throughout the body, delivering oxygen to our tissues and picking up carbon dioxide, a waste product. This bluish-hued blood returns to the heart through 2 large veins, the superior vena cava, which carries blood from the upper body, and the inferior vena cava, which brings blood from the lower body. Both empty into the right atrium. As the right atrium fills, the pressure inside it increases. This pressure pushes open a one-way gate called the tricuspid valve, located between the right atrium and the right ventricle. The tricuspid valve has 3 flaps, or leaflets, that swing open to allow blood to flow downward into the right ventricle. Once the ventricle is full, it begins to contract, and the pressure it generates snaps the tricuspid valve shut. This crucial action prevents any backflow of blood into the atrium. Lube sound of the heartbeat we hear is largely the sound of this valve and the mitral valve on the left side closing simultaneously. Now, with the tricuspid valve sealed, the contracting right ventricle has only one exit, the pulmonary valve. This valve leads into the pulmonary artery, the large vessel that carries deoxygenated blood away from the heart. As the right ventricle squeezes, it forces the pulmonary valve open, and a powerful surge of blood is propelled into the pulmonary artery. This artery then splits, directing the blood toward the lungs. Within the lungs, a miraculous exchange takes place. The blood flows through a network of tiny capillaries that surround the air sacs, or alveoli. Carbon dioxide diffuses out of the blood and into the air we exhale, while fresh oxygen from the air we inhale diffuses into the blood, binding to a protein called hemoglobin in our red blood cells. This process, known as gas exchange, transforms the deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood, changing its color from a dark, purplish red to a bright, vibrant red. This newly oxygenated blood is now ready to be distributed to the rest of the body. It leaves the lungs and travels back to the heart through the pulmonary veins. Uniquely, these are the only veins in the body that carry oxygen-rich blood. The pulmonary veins empty into the left atrium, the upper receiving chamber on the left side of the heart. As the left atrium fills with this bright red oxygenated blood, the pressure builds, just as it did on the right side. This pressure pushes open the mitral valve, also known as the bicuspid valve because it has 2 leaflets. Blood flows through this valve from the left atrium into the left ventricle. The left ventricle is the largest and most powerful chamber of the heart. Its myocardial wall is significantly thicker than that of the right ventricle, and for good reason. It has the immense task of pumping blood to every single part of the body, from the tips of our toes to the top of our head. Once the left ventricle is full, it begins its mighty contraction. The immense pressure generated instantly slams the mitral valve shut, preventing any blood from flowing back into the left atrium. With the mitral valve sealed, the contracting ventricle directs its force toward the only available exit, the aortic valve. The aortic valve opens into the aorta, the largest artery in the human body. As the left ventricle contracts with tremendous force, it ejects the oxygenated blood through the aortic valve and into the aorta. The closing of the aortic and pulmonary valves produces the second heart sound, the dub in the loop-dub rhythm. From the aorta, this life-sustaining blood branches out into a complex network of smaller arteries, arterioles, and capillaries, delivering oxygen and essential nutrients to every cell, tissue, and organ in the body. After delivering its payload, the now deoxygenated blood begins its journey back to the heart through the veins, and the entire cycle, known as the cardiac cycle, begins anew. This entire process from the right atrium to the lungs, back to the left atrium, and out to the body, is a continuous, seamless loop. The right side of the heart is part of the pulmonary circuit, which handles blood flow to and from the lungs. The left side is part of the systemic circuit, which manages blood flow to and from the rest of the body. The two circuits work in perfect harmony, orchestrated by the heart's own electrical conduction system. This internal pacemaker, called the sinoatrial node, is located in the right atrium and generates electrical impulses that spread across the atria, causing them to contract. The signal then travels to the atrioventricular node, which delays the impulse slightly before sending it down to the ventricles, causing them to contract. This precisely timed sequence ensures that the atria and ventricles contract in a coordinated rhythm, maximizing the heart's pumping efficiency. The human heart is a masterpiece of biological engineering, a symbol of both strength and endurance. Rhythmic beat is the sound of life itself, a constant reminder of the incredible processes happening within us every moment of every day. Understanding its function allows us to appreciate the delicate balance required to sustain our health and well-being. Thank you for joining this exploration of the heart. We hope this journey has given you a deeper appreciation for this vital organ. To continue learning with us, please subscribe to our channel.